remember is being in a hospital bed. It's really dark in there. And there was a nurse on the side. She was like reading a book or something. And I look up. I was like, "Did I lose my leg?" She's like, "You did." I'm like, "Okay." And I went back to sleep. I stayed at Hartford Hospital. I was there for a few days. And then I got transferred to Spalding Rehab in Boston. I loved both Hartford Hospital. They were going under construction, so it was a little confusing with all my doctors and everything, my team of doctors. Spalding Rehab, I loved so much. I was actually on the wrong floor. So I was supposed to be in the amputee floor, but I ended up being in a spinal injury, I think, because they had no rooms and they were trying to fit me into the hospital. And I think it took them about 2 3 days to get me actually in. Um, so yes, my accident happened on August 9th, 2010, aka 8 9 10. It happened less than an hour from my house, and they say most accidents, most traumatic situations, most violent situations like accidents, maybe a shooting or something, is always close by your house, which is scary, ironic, everything in between, frightening. But yeah, um, at Spalding Rehab, I loved it. I had a great team of doctors. I actually still go there once a year to go check up with them. Um, the doctor I had, Dr. Crandall, was amazing. He's actually in charge of the amputees floor and was, I want to say he coaches a amputee ice hockey team or something, or hockey team. And it's been in everything. So yeah. Um, my physical therapist and my occupational therapist were close to me in age, so I liked that. Very comforting because they were so close to me in age. I could relate to them. Um, we did fun things. I can remember like trying to work on balance and playing Connect Four. I went canoeing on the Charles River, which is amazing. I remember baking brownies for the team for my floor. She was like, "Yeah, let's go. You're gonna like when you go back home, you're gonna be cooking, so you need to learn to cook." So she's like, "Let's go cook brownies for everyone." That was so much fun. I also was Spalding Rehab where I was. They actually relocated, but where I was, it was next to the North End in Boston, which has the best Italian food. So every day I would have either a family member or a friend or somebody come visit me. And a couple of times my family have brought me like Mike's pastry is very famous, very popular in Boston with tourists. So they would bring this actually to bakery so much dessert and everything that I was like giving it to the doctors. I'm like, "You guys want some?" To my team. I was like, "Hey, you guys want some dessert?" Or my mom brought me like Italian food. And I had my own room and I wasn't supposed to. And I was like, "Please." I was like, "Come on, you guys. You always see like how much people I have with me." Like literally I had like a dorm sized room. It was like smaller than a dorm size. And they were like, "Yeah, you really do have a lot of people, so that was fine. You can have your own room." So that was awesome. I was there for about 2 weeks. I went back to my mom's house, and I remember being so nauseous. Like, you would have thought I was pregnant, like morning sickness and everything, because just didn't feel well. I'd be sleeping all the time, just very weak and everything. Um, I remember getting sick off a huge vitamin capsule. That was pretty. I was like, "Mom, I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna get sick." Yeah. She's like, "You're fine. You're fine." I was like, "Yeah." Next thing I know, like I'm sick. But yeah, she'd be making amazing food because people would always come to her house and visit. And I was just like, "Please shut my bedroom door. Like I can't stand this now." That was the downside. But an upside is people like, I was like, oh, I'm craving chocolate. And people are like, oh, what type of chocolate? Here's a handful of chocolate. I guess that's an upside. Also, with my accident, my brother, my mom, and I know my father, and I forget who else, went back to the car because my cell phone and everything was in there. Apparently, the guardrail cut through the door, which cut through my leg, and that's what occurred, the situation. They said there was blood everywhere, which you can imagine, especially since I lost like um, 4 pints of blood, 6 pints of blood, sorry. Um, Including I had an iPhone, I want to say iPhone 4, iPhone 3, I don't remember. That was covered in blood. Thank goodness Apple insured it and they let me get that taken for free. Get it for free. Get it fixed for free. Everything happens for a reason. Oh my god. Dude, you don't even understand. Like, I do this so much. I feel like I have two lives. A life before my accident, which was, I thought was amazing. I loved my life so much that I wanted to insure it. Um, but things happened. Um, I used to wear like skirts and dresses, and I loved my heels. I might show you guys a collection of my shoes one day because I just love heels. That is one of the things that I like definitely feel like I missed out. During the winter time, I miss figure skating. I love figure skating. Um, I wanted to be the next Nancy Kerrigan and everything. Tara Lipinski, Christy Yamaguchi, and sorry, you guys, that's who I grew up watching. I loved it. I loved figure skating. Even for my bachelorette party, they took me figure skating on the Five Palms. Loved it. Mind you, also my bachelorette party because I was 22. My friends were younger than me, my group, so that. Um, yeah. Also, a few years ago, it was the Boston Marathon. Unfortunately, I was in California actually. My mom ran that race, and my family and friends was mad at me. More of my family was mad at me that I wasn't gonna go see her run. Um, and I actually went to California to visit family out there, my second cousins, for I want to say christening party or baptism party because they went to Armenia and then they came back and they were having the party here. And so I unfortunately planned it at the same time. So I was trying to get like friends to go for me instead of me gonna go see my mom and everything. So I remember taking a nap and getting a phone call from my uncle. I'm like, what the heck? My uncle like never calls me, aka my godfather. He calls like when he wants some lives and Candy Crush or something. So he calls. He's like, how's your mom? And that's how I found out about the Boston bombing marathon. My mom called me and was like, I'm fine. Like, how people stopped calling me. The runners didn't know, like, who was still running. I say everything happens for a reason because they said that the way people ran out of Boston was ridiculous. And I feel like the way that people have said that they ran out of Boston, I feel like I would have got trampled over or something might have happened to me. So as much as my family was very mad at me, very disappointed with me that I wasn't going to go see my mom run and finish the marathon and everything, they're actually happy and like was so relieved that I wasn't there because of something might have bad happened to me, such as getting trampled or like something bad because I literally cannot run. And I actually make jokes about that with people. They're like, oh, I'm gonna beat you in running. And I'm like, well, you probably are. I literally can't run. So yeah. But because of the bombing, my mom's co-worker, her nephews, JP and Paul from Stoneham, Mass. They're like the two brothers. They wrote a book and everything. The Norden brothers. Their mother has a charity, A Life Forever. Amazing charity. I love representing them and everything. Um, my mom like helps them deal with the process and helped them what to do. And I just talked to a girl on Instagram who randomly messaged me about me losing my leg and everything. So as much as my accident sucks, I say everything happens for a reason, because I'm getting to help people who lost a limb, who don't know what to do,